Video footage from a birthday bash Sean Diddy Combs threw for his friend Meek Mill in April of 2014 has surfaced in the midst of the disgraced rapper's trafficking arrest. According to Daily Mail, the party was held at a Parisian palace in Las Vegas that Diddy rented for a whopping $25,000 for 24 hours, which, according to the property manager Jason Haidt, was left in a disgusting mess after the wild get-together. He told the publication, quote, "There were broken bottles of alcohol, used condoms, blood on the beddings, powder, razor blades by the hundreds, lubricant on the dressers, and marble floors." Jason claims he also, quote, "found panties, bras, and even 2 iPhones in the bushes behind the bowling alley." Diddy's personal assistant relayed specific requests for the party, including bringing their own smoke detectors and that all interior bedroom door locks were to be ordered new and left unopened for their arrival. The property manager was given a rough estimate of 850 guests for the mansion party. However, 900 guests showed up. Jason claimed most of the guests participated in, quote, drug-fueled festivities and described Diddy as being wasted. He said the party ended around 3 a.m. and claimed there was rampant cocaine use all over the $7.5 million property.
The walls are closing in on Sean Diddy Combs, and Meek Mill has just lit the fuse to a bomb that could shatter everything Diddy has been desperately hiding. In an explosive twist, Meek has finally broken his silence, and the revelations are shaking the entertainment industry to its core. It all began when the Daily Mail published an unfiltered exposé about a 2014 party hosted by Diddy for Meek Mill. Damn, Diddy threw a party for Meek Mill?
Do you think we're going to see footage of these parties, particularly the freak-out parties where all the grotesque goings-on were happening? And given the fact that we are hearing he taped everything. He had video cameras with him at all times.
Well, that's where I've got a question mark as to whether he filmed this or whether the property manager has bobbed up after. This is 10 years ago, this party. There's something concerning me a bit about this, and we get it by now. We've heard that Diddy has wild parties, but he's in jail. He's awaiting trial in May next year on some pretty serious charges, sex trafficking, etc.
Could be in jail for the rest of his life if convicted.
Exactly. So while this is a salacious story, I'm concerned that the more of this sort of story that bobs up, it's playing into the hands of the defence. They're going to, at some point, be able to argue that he's not going to get a fair trial. But where will they get a jury of people who haven't heard all of these claims? And I'm also just vaguely sceptical about this property manager who says that he found cocaine all over the house, but he thought it was icing sugar.
Well, of course, when you see a wild party attended by rock stars, you assume icing sugar.
Of course. And then he went around and collected it all and said he got about half a gram altogether. So his credibility is not high.
Well, how do you feel about your name being besmirched? Because now we say Diddy, I know. It's like my son and Hunter. When Hunter Biden's antics became world famous, Hunter Panahi had a moment to deal with that because it was the coolest name for many years, and now it's associated with Hunter Biden.
Yep, I'll go DEE instead of he is Diddy. Yep.
Now, there's a lot of celebrities who are nervous, not just about Sean Diddy Combs's parties and lists being released, but also the high-profile individuals, including a few billionaires who are on the Jeffrey Epstein list.
The article also reveals some jaw-dropping details. According to the report, the party wasn't just wild, it was downright bizarre and unsettling, involving A-list attendees, alleged coercive behavior, and activities that many are now calling outright criminal. But why did it take 10 years for this to surface? That's the question everyone's asking. How did an event so shocking stay buried for an entire decade? Who in Hollywood has the power to silence the truth? We also have an image of where the party was held. Check this out. Hate54 shared video footage of the event with dailymail.com showing partygoers arriving in droves. Notable faces include former Vine star turned comedian King Bach, 36, French Montana, 40, and Lil Durk, 32, along with other artists claiming affiliation with Meek Mill's record label Dream Chasers Records. The mansion was crowded with celebrities moving through the space, flanked by their entourages of bodyguards and trophy women. Lingerie-clad dancers performed provocatively on stage setups while other curvaceous, scantily dressed women posed around various rappers for photos. In one scene, a girl was laid out on a table with only a tiny piece of clear vinyl covering the front of her body for hygiene purposes, as rows of sushi were artfully arranged on and around her, while workers offered bottles of sauce. Partygoers smiled for the camera, posing with their friends. At one point, Meek Mill, French Montana, and Diddy stood on an elevated platform to give a speech, laughing together as one partygoer shouted to ask if there was liquor up there. Monster headphones were also on display, showcasing rows of 24-karat gold over-ear DJ headphones, which currently retail for $199.99. Well, at least Meek Mill can't deny he was there. The owner of the house also provided a detailed account of the incident, describing how Diddy had bought the property from him back in April 2014. The mansion's longtime caretaker says he was contacted by Diddy's personal assistant, who requested to rent the venue for a party for Meek Mill. The event was scheduled 3 days after Mill's birthday, but specifically on the night of the first fight between Floyd Mayweather and Marcos Maidana. The disgraced rap mogul, through his assistant, relayed other specific requirements for the property manager. They requested that all interior bedroom door locks be replaced and left unopened for their arrival for security purposes, as they would need to supervise the installation. Both sets of keys were to be given directly to Mr. Combs, with no exceptions. The caretaker claimed Diddy's team also requested double-sided locks on the bedroom doors, which were to remain unlocked upon guests' arrival, with 2 sets of keys handed over to Diddy. He said, "I was given a rough estimate of 850 guests for the mansion party, and we agreed on a fee of $25,000 for 24 hours. In the end, about 900 guests showed up, most of whom partook in the evening's drug festivities, including Diddy, who the caretaker described as being visibly wasted." For years, Meek and Diddy were seen together at countless events, from parties to public outings, often wearing suspiciously matching outfits, fueling rumors of a deeper connection. Meek even publicly praised Diddy at one point. The breaking point came when an alleged audio clip of a conversation between Diddy and Meek Mill surfaced online. The clip, reportedly filled with cryptic and unsettling dialogue, has been dissected and analyzed by fans and conspiracy theorists alike. While its authenticity is still in question, the timing couldn't be worse for Diddy.
I just want to start this video by showing you how good of buddies Meek Mill and Diddy are. This is the weirdest video I ever seen, but take a look at it and we'll dive into the article.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
So we're gonna watch this video together. This is footage of the Diddy party, and I believe this is the trailer, so there's not gonna be anything weird. But I think the article we're gonna read after is gonna explain all the weird stuff that they saw and what went down. So let's watch the video and then we'll get into the article that explains all the details of it. As expected, didn't really see much, but let's read the article. I think it explains what happens when the cameras go away. So, Daily Mail titled this article, New Diddy Party Footage Shows Debauchery at a Birthday Bash He Threw for Meek Mill at $7.5 million Las Vegas mansion. So, Sean Diddy Combs spared no expense to throw his friend rapper Meek Mill a blowout 27th birthday party. Daily Mail has the exclusive video of the celebration and what was left behind: white powder, half-empty bottle of liquor, used condoms, blood-stained bedding. And that was just evidence of how debauched the event was. The bedrooms the following day were disgusting, property manager Jason Haidt told the Daily Mail. There were broken bottles of alcohol, used condoms, blood on the beddings, powder, razor blades by the hundreds, lubricant on the dressers and marble floors. I found panties, bras, and even 2 iPhones in the bushes behind the bowling alley. Exotic dancers in masks, women in tiny bras, and the main event, a woman served up as a sushi platter. The day-long party held on May in 2014 cost Diddy, who is now 55, a whopping $25,000 in rent alone.
But now, Meek claims he has no relationship with the embattled music mogul. Social media exploded as fans began pulling receipts, calling out Meek for what they believed to be a blatant lie. Photos, videos, and archived interviews proved their association was much closer than Meek is willing to admit.
Think Meek Mill now is out looking for help. Okay? Meek Mill seemingly asked for help, okay, from PR people amid being attached to Diddy News despite previously bragging about not hiring PR. Meek Mill says, just to think about it, you are waking up to a bunch of non-black owned publication posting major lies about me. Where are all the PR people go that was around me? Everybody see what's going on. I'm not going to be quiet. It's war on the black men. I think this is why I never hired a personal PR person. The times of the manipulators coming to an end in 2024, from computers to the Great Awakening. Okay, because Elon Musk was saying, he made a tweet about public relations is propaganda, is a propaganda word for I can't read the full tweet.
Adding